This variant is a cause for concern, not a cause for panic.
President Biden discussing the new Omicron variant today, as you heard, calling it a cause for concern but not panic. His remarks coming as hospitals here in West Michigan are still at max capacity, including Spectrum Health.
And with the new variant popping up in Canada over the weekend, it's something else they're keeping an eye on. Our Lauren Edwards joins us live in the newsroom with what all this means. Lauren.
Guys, I got a chance to speak with 2 doctors earlier this afternoon, and they were saying that doctors and frontline workers here in West Michigan have a lot on their plate right now. The new Omicron variant is on the horizon, but their primary focus right now is just helping those in front of them get over COVID.
At least 85, almost close to 90% last time I looked. Close to 90% of our COVID hospitalized patients are not vaccinated.
And Spectrum Health's Dr. Liam Sullivan says in the ICU, 95% are unvaccinated.
When I looked this morning, it looks to me like we're higher than at any point we've ever been in the past. And that includes our surge last fall and then our one in the spring.
And doctors and frontline workers are overwhelmed.
It's very, very busy. It's stressful. Everybody's working hard, working a lot. And, it's not a good time right now, in the hospital because of all the COVID we're taking care of.
But they soldier on, he says, while keeping an eye on the new Omicron variant that emerged a few weeks ago in Africa.
There's a lot of unanswered questions about it right now. And I think it's going to take a couple of weeks to really sort out these answers before we know more information.
Since popping up in Africa, cases have been discovered in Australia, Europe, and Asia, and he believes it could be here.
To think that it's not in the United States right now would be a naive point of view. It's probably here. The question is, where is it in the U.S.?
The MDHHS agrees and says it's considered to be highly transmissible.
In terms of severity, again, we're still waiting for some of that data to emerge. The cases that were reported in South Africa were in young individuals who were generally healthy, and they had milder disease.
And they don't know if the vaccines work to fight it. That information will come in time, they say. So they're asking everyone to get vaccinated now.
I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. It's not too late to get vaccinated.
Now, tomorrow, Spectrum Health will be getting help from the federal government to help reduce the pressure and alleviate some of that pressure that frontline workers are dealing with in hospitals, considering they are still at max capacity. Reporting live in the newsroom, Lauren Edwards, Fox 17 News.
Thanks, Lauren. And the good news is some much needed relief is on the way for hospitals across the state.
The federal government is sending 2 medical teams here to Michigan, and they're scheduled to arrive this week. Healthcare personnel being deployed to Beaumont, Dearborn, and Spectrum Health hospitals. According to Spectrum, 6 people will be arriving in West Michigan tomorrow to start setting up. The remaining team members will then be here on Thursday. That team is made up of 22 people. That includes nurses, doctors, and a respiratory therapist who will be providing immediate support to workers there over the next 30 days. Spectrum says they're grateful to have the extra hands on deck.
We have the ability to deploy them in all of the right spaces, which will predominantly be inside of our hospital settings. So we're very pleased to have them now coming in to help us in the hospital.
He added that their hospitals currently have 438 COVID inpatients. That is the highest number that they have ever had. Spectrum also moved to red status a couple of weeks ago for the first time since the pandemic began.